So, they finally sent backup. I'm Trummer. Hope you came armed. SI's locked itself into a recursive void loop. Whatever caused it's beyond that door. Together with a whole lot of ferals who came out of nowhere, took a fat bite out of my thigh. Was all I could do to crawl in here and put the room in lockdown. You'll help out, right? Way back's clear now, right? Right. I'm gonna hobble back upstairs, find cheap soup poon and, well, do nothing, I guess. I've lifted the lockdown. Good luck.
Done. Report. Power readings erratic. Energy fluctuations affecting 𝗨𝗪𝗪. Exact cause unknown. SI offline as protective measure. Current repair protocols invalid. End report.
This is Poon. We're waiting around in 𝗪𝗍 up here, and you send me reports about erratic energy fluctuations? You have one job. Get it done. I've uploaded the SI access override code. Don't ping me again until it's done.
Fix the problem? Good. Now, just reboot the damn thing and let's call it a day. The SI interface terminal's past that hollow door across the room. I've recovered enough to hobble out to you. Thanks, mate. Let's have a drink when you get back upstairs. I'll be at the 𝗃𝗃𝗄𝗏.
Sector 13. Behave, or I'll have you fucking recycled. That is all.
Lite more not bring
Look, when we need a company rally or inspirational calf mugs to hand out, I'll let you know, okay?
Why the hostility, Poon? All I'm saying is that we should stick together in a time of crisis, and that we're here to help in any way we can.
And all I'm saying is that I don't see how you can help right now. The Ascent group is gone, and the board has gone quieter than a null-spaced Carlin. Maybe you people should start looking to what's next.
The Ascent group is not just the board, Poon. It's us. All of us. United around an idea. The corporation can only collapse if we allow it.
Whatever. An idea won't feed my indents or provide security when 𝗃𝗶𝗄𝗃 gets wise to the fact that their paychecks aren't coming. Now, you'll have to excuse me. My next meeting just arrived.
Fine. We'll talk again later, Poon.
They're idiots. Oh, look at you. Positively bristling with ambition and a taste for mindless violence. Just what I need. My PA before was pure bullshit. This is a crisis supernova. The Ascent group has collapsed. Our ecology's gone into default, and we've lost contact with the board. Not that I expect those sleek suits to be able to unfuck this situation in any meaningful way. No one is getting paid, and 𝗃𝗃 will soon realize that they're risking their necks for exactly 0 Eucred. We can expect security to implode before the cycle is over. The Ascent group AGI suddenly went quiet. That's never happened before. So the market went apeshit and forced the Ascent group into immediate bankruptcy. Now all local SIs are operating independently. Hundreds of optimizer protocols fighting for the same scraps. We're gonna see nutrient and energy shortages within just a few cycles. Thousands of Hebbers here will suffer. Am I painting a bleak enough picture for you? We're mutually dependent on the neighboring clusters for food, energy, and other essentials. It pains me to say this, but it looks like we're gonna have to cooperate our way out of this epic mess. The other stack bosses have agreed to meet. They're a bunch of incompetent hard-noses, so don't get your hopes up. But I don't see any other options, and my imp won't shut up about this being the only way forward. I want you to handle security for the moot. In a crisis like this, you can always expect to see a few witless wonders stepping up to bat. The 𝗃𝗏𝗃 are already trying on a protection racket so stupid it defies questions. Shoot. All right, enough questions. First, I need you to go to the grinder and scout ahead. Oh, and you'll need to gear up. Won't just be facing deep sink ferals anymore. Talk to my man 𝗀𝗏𝗏. He'll set you up. Feel free to flatline any slag-headed 𝗃𝗏𝗃 just looking at you sideways. Here? Good. Let's get this show on the road!
You probably boosted our overall IQ average while you were at it. Come join me at the moot.
Success. The other bosses are on board. We'll begin coordinating our cluster SIs and redistributing vital supplies in a few hours. We still have plenty of work to do, but this is as good a start as we could hope for. But who the flaming fuck were those amped up flatliners? Damn it! I need more problems about as much as I need a rectum on my forehead. And yes, I know there are a few evolutionary dead ends like that around, but you get my drift. Someone's pinging me. Hang on. Pony here. Yes. Yes. No. Fuck. That was Admin Denker. While we were splooging all over ourselves here, someone went and grabbed a whole bunch of habbers. My habbers! Seems the attack here was a diversion for the kidnapping. I gotta get back. Don't stray too far! I have a feeling we'll need your help again soon. I didn't think I'd be showering in urine ever again after you fixed the WMD, but it seems the golden showers won't dry up anytime soon. The kidnappers didn't just grab any random habber where they came reading. Instead, they managed to kidnap almost every key alpha and beta level indent in the cluster. The very people we need to keep this place running. With 𝗃𝗧𝗫 disintegrating, I currently have zero access to the security systems. So I don't have a fucking clue where our hammers are, who took them, or why. If someone wanted to cripple our cluster, they couldn't have done a better job. I need you to get these people back. Not for their sake, but for ours. You're gonna need help infiltrating the security systems, and I might have a lead for you. There's a 𝗀𝗃. Yeah, I know, but he's a mean icecracker, a real net sage. I've employed his services once before. Unfortunately, it didn't end well, and I might have screwed him over a bit. Needless to say, he's not accepting my pings, so it's gonna have to be face-to-face, and I'm done leaving the office. I've learned that he set up shop in Black Lake Towers, where they had the flood. That's what I have. Cost me a good sum. What more do you want to know? We need those people back pronto. Go get them.
Please, I have critters!
sentient presence.
Not now. I've almost cracked the distributed cognition. Whoa! And how did you find us? This is supposed to be a secret hideout. I knew I should have gotten those turrets online long ago. Then you'd be a red smear on the floor. Never rely on secrecy alone. And again, I'm obviously still alive, so what do you want? Why are you here? 𝗀𝗏 sent you. Yeah, I know that faithless cred stacker all too well. What does he need? Yeah, without those havers, you're in deep trouble. I got 2 Nestkin in 13. 𝗀𝗏 must know that. All right, I'll help. But this is not for 𝗀𝗏. What do you need? Yeah, I'm already logged on to the surveillance server. Let's have a look-see. Seems a whole bunch of invalid tags passed a scan gate at the 𝗀𝗏𝗃 a few sub-cycles ago. The biometrics match your havers, but... So I can't say where your havers are now. If Obi took them, you're gonna have to ask them why yourself. They've requisitioned an old HydraCat branch office up by the node. Way above where we're at now. Like, whole other tier. Anything else? Look, you'll probably need my help again before this is over. I passed your imp into my comms. Ping if you need me. And just to be clear, I'm doing this for Cluster 13, and 𝗀𝗏 will owe me when we're done. Oh, and I bumped up your permissions with the 𝗨𝗀𝗀𝗏 reg, so you can access the node. Moving up in the world.
Just a kind reminder that our location here needs to stay secret. We're not exactly mobile right now, so don't rat us out, okay? It'll be sad to have to kill where you when we just met.
Atmospheric readings compare favorably with those from further below. Probable correlation with radically increased life expectancy for all habitators on these levels.
I'm 438 hung, and you're on a timer. Attacked a meeting. I have no idea what you're jabbering about, but that ugly speech hole of yours would be much improved by staying closed. So you've lost a few habbers. How does this concern 𝗨𝗧𝗫 exactly? Careful where you point those digits, indent. But as it happens, you're in luck. I know where your precious habbers are, but there's an inquiry fee. Then I have a proposal. Do a small job for me, and you'll get the information in return. One of my operatives is being held by the 𝗨𝗪𝗫. Of course not. He's spoilt goods. Flatline both him and the 𝗨𝗪𝗫 holding him. No witnesses. 𝗨𝗪𝗫 always cleans up. The operative is presently being entertained at a 𝗨𝗪𝗫 penthouse in the top of the East Gemini Tower. Expect a warm reception. I want my operatives tagged as proof of the termination. Do not fail me. 𝗨𝗪𝗫 always cleans up.
You can't have him!
You return, and I see you brought the tag. I did not expect you to live. This is mildly impressive. The Malhorse Geld Corporation has your indents. The carrier they're holding him on is scheduled for departure in a few cycles. Check the Cosmodrome. Since MG Corp are in breach, they are no longer enjoying our...
Transport 742B is undergoing a rapid refueling for a high-priority departure request.
Private property.
members or face lethal repercussions.
Caution. 𝗀𝗟𝗫 𝗂𝗃 detected. Accessing fuel valve regulator. Access denied. Contacting 𝗨𝗪𝗀. Contact established.
What? You want me to stop the ship? Let's see. Those fueling protocols got some thick ice, but nothing I can't handle. Oops. Looks like I overdid it a bit. That fuel type is pretty volatile. Anyway, the ship is stranded. Enjoy.
Scanning. Indent located in holding pens on deck 3. Suggestion. Access cell controls through local security panel. Interfacing with ship security. Done. Initiating icebreaker. Access complete. Cells unlocked.
This is 𝗏. I see you found our lost hammers. Well done. I hope you made those Melhor's Geld fucks pay. Onyx Void shares some of the blame, but I want to live to be old and fat, so let's not take them on just now. I tried reaching out to the 𝗪𝗫 for an explanation, but he's locked himself onto the bridge of that transport and won't answer my pings. Go grab him for me, will ya? 𝗏 out.
Analyzing. Lock mechanism set to boarding defense mode. Hatch cannot be opened from outside. Suggestion. Find other means to breach hatch. Report. Contaminated gases vented into bridge compartment. Toxicity levels rising.
What the hell? Are you trying to kill me? What? Whoa, what's this suit? Hey! Let go of me! I'll pay you. Do you know who I am?
Ah, welcome. If you'd have just accepted my call, we wouldn't have had to drag your ass all the way here.
Go fuck yourself.
Come now. What was Melhor's Geld planning to do with those indents?
I don't have anything to say to you. Talk to my superiors.
Oh, I'm sorry. You seem to have misunderstood your situation. You see, you're officially listed as deceased in a refueling accident at the docks. I can keep you here till you talk, or flatline from exposure. Whatever you prefer.
Leave him here. I'll update you later. So, here's the deal. The AGI is still quiet, amazing as that is. Rival CGTs are already coming into the arcology to pick the bones clean. We have a chance of true independence here, but we have to act faster than an amped-out feral before some enterprising CGT gobbles up our cluster, and our in-debt contracts with it. One of the bulb heads you rescued from 𝗨𝗪𝗀𝗍𝗃 claims we can funnel energy covertly from the old 𝗃𝗃𝗃 down in the deep stink. He says we have a small window of opportunity to do this now, before the reactor is appropriated by some other corporation. I'd rather control the entire 𝗃𝗃𝗃, but we have nowhere near the know-how or equipment to do a property grab like that. You need an AGI for that kind of thing. But if you do this right, the new owners won't notice our little arrangement. I'm not fluent in tech lab, but enough to say that this will be a tricky feral to tame. The bulbhead spoke of installing a double redundancy board through the 𝗃𝗃𝗃 ice, soft and hardware. So, you'll have to do this on site. The new owners can't know about the board, or they'll shut it down faster than a nug orgasm. We can then use that energy to bolster our automated security systems. I already have a code jockey reworking schemata to allow for that. And let the CGTs come. When the turrets are done, we'll scavenge their stiffs for all. Now the bulb head is just that, completely worthless for anything outside the lab. I want you to handle the practical side of things. Get that 𝗃𝗃𝗃 working for us. I've uploaded the particulars to your end. Questions? Good. Let's get it done!
Hub has been previously altered. User unknown. Initiating alternate bypass. Bypass done.
Oh here, that some power surge you just sent our way made me tingle all over. The security systems are online and working for us. Excellent job. Now cover the whole thing up and get back here so we can celebrate. Remember, any new owners cannot know about this.
Refreshing. You should stand down, Indent. We don't want to disintegrate you just yet. Were you trying to create a supernova just now? Because that's what your uninformed meddling with the Taurus containment field would have led to. That your stack boss asked you to do this only confirms his incompetence. Luckily, we are in control now. This tokamak is now the property of 𝗨corp. So is your stack cluster, and so is every indent registered there, including yourself. Your indentured contracts have been transferred and renewed in accordance with existing agreements and standard protocol, etc., etc. In short, you belong to us for what remains of your pitiful life expectancy. However, while you have demonstrated an alarming lack of cognitive skills, you have also shown an aptitude for applying lethal solutions to conflicted situations. This might be of some use to 𝗨corp. So, we wish to test your abilities by giving you a special assignment. A trial of sorts. Success will raise you above the filthy mass of regular indents and provide you with certain perks. And you'll be given a chance at earning your freedom. We will set up an operations center in Cluster 13. Come find us there. Finally, 𝗨corp is looking to expand its property appropriation division, and you fit the profile. Barely. If you complete our test assignment, you'll be given a position with one of our corporate grab teams, as the indents call them. I detest the term, but it does describe the work we do. We seek out contested property and transfer ownership of it to 𝗨corp. Sometimes a competing team is after the same property. Then we flatline them. It can be quite satisfying. There are more perks. As a 𝗨𝗀𝗫 CGT operative, you'll have access to select gear, and you'll be covered by a premium 𝗨𝗀𝗃 insurance policy. But first, you have to complete this assignment. We want the complete Ascent Group operations history. It is stored in one of their data vaults. You must locate the correct vault, re-imprint the vault SI, and upload the desired data to our AGI. Complete this assignment, and you'll get a shot at earning your freedom further down the line. Your success will depend on your brawn trumping your inferior sapien's brain. We expect this will be a considerable challenge. Our comms records show you've already collaborated with that notorious ice fiend Knockhead. We suggest enlisting his aid again. Questions? Very well. We have taken the liberty of bonding your imp with our AGI through the local data nodes. You should expect a slight performance boost. Now get going.
You again. What does Poon want now? Whoa, hang on. Who the fuck is 𝗨 They want you to appropriate an Ascent Group data vault. I don't do appropriations, pal. I'm pretty damn good, but that SI would nerf ride my ass before I even got past the outer ice layer. They have their own AGI? I'm not sure you understand, pal. Only the largest multi-corps have their own AGIs, and you tell me your imp is fucking bonded with one? Let me see. Wow. That's some beautiful code. There's a cold elegance to AGI where that us orgs can only dream of achieving. But then I don't get what you need me for. Their AGI can crack open a vault like a Ponto nut. Why don't you have it do that in the imprinting? Both. 𝗨 have their own AGI, and yet they want to keep a low profile? Well, whatever. I can get you in all right, but seeing as this is a corporate job, I won't do it pro bono. Again, I gotta admit, I'm real curious about what's going on here. It might be worth helping out just to get some insight, and maybe even link to that AGI at some point. Okay, let's just say you'll owe me for this one. I've revived my comm tag on your imp so we could stay in touch. Best get cracking, my friend. I'm gonna do a deep trawl for anything 𝗨 related in the meantime. I wanna know who we're dealing with. Knockhead here. I can get the front door open for you, no problem, but the security system is more entangled than a Carlin nerve bundle. You're gonna have to cut through the ice and disable the whole thing locally. Or blow it up, I guess. Yeah, that would work too.
To be in the presence of such incalculable amounts of data is humbling. I wouldn't...
I've located the right data cluster, but not the exact vault. Again, you're gonna have to do that locally. Shouldn't be a problem with all that fancy imp software you got now. I'll keep an eye on things from here.
𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪 You're mostly flesh, so you'll barely notice a thing. We can destroy it.
Fanatic fucks get their hands on a Class 3 emitter. Someone must be using them for their own ends. Proceed to the vault.
Direct link established. AGI bond verified. Search. Initiating imprint procedure.
Knockhead here. I see other CGTs moving in on your position. The bastards are just cruising through now that we cleared the way. Better watch your six, pal.
Indent, if you lose that vault, I expect you to self-terminate on the spot and spare me the effort. Clear?
Ownership now registered to 𝗀𝗧𝗵𝗲𝗀180403-4.
Excellent. We now own the vault. That should give us full access to the records. Now upload the full data package to the 𝗀𝗃𝗃 desyncs.
Accessing vault data.
That data pack is gonna be crazy large, buddy, even with compression. Your imp doesn't have enough bandwidth for a remote transfer. I'll set up access through the Network Operations Center while the package is being compiled.
While we appreciate the assistance, Knockhead, you should be aware that we are monitoring your every action. Don't get any ideas.
Far be it from me to act on any ideas where there's enough foreign involved. Just helping out my pal, as promised.
Good.
Interfacing with cluster NOC.
Hang on while I cut through the ice so that your Y-Corp friends can connect to the NOC. There, done.
We have access. Downloading the package now. The operations data has significant gaps, but our AGI was able to cross-reference it with the information we already had, and the findings are interesting. Our board will want to discuss them before deciding how to proceed. In the meantime, you passed the test. We reluctantly welcome you to our Property Appropriation Division. Be aware that you'll be operating in a whole different league going forward. This is a high-risk, high-reward profession, and we expect you to perform at the highest possible standard at all times. We have updated your imp with your new rating as a CGT operative. Enjoy the insurance policy, and expect to hear from us again soon.
Incoming SSM request from Knockhead.
Good. I set up this channel to bypass the 𝗧𝗪𝗂 bonds, so that snotty a foreign can't listen in. See, I had a pilfering algorithm piggybacking on the transfer so that I could clone the data. Just a little something I've been working on for a while now. Thing is, she ain't telling you half of it. There's clues in there as to why the Ascent group went under. Looks like they were pouring 𝗂𝗧𝗫 into some secret mega project enough to buy a fucking planet. A lot of key personnel were being reassigned to that same project, and they also paid Onyx Void plenty of 𝗂𝗧𝗫s for who knows what. Why the hell would Ascent group do that? What were they working on, and why is Y-Corp so interested? AG, we're also planning a hostile takeover of 𝗨𝗪𝗀𝗀𝗃, but something went seriously wrong somewhere, and the Ascent group AGI shut down. The whole corp went belly up, and here we are. Figured you should know, seeing as it's your ass on the line. Talk soon.
We are willing to pay a premium fee for such a shipment, in line with the previous agreement. Can it be arranged?
Anything can be arranged, but I doubt you have 𝗂𝗧𝗫s enough to cover a premium fee.
We have access to certain emergency funds.
Then give me proof of these funds, and I'll make some inquiries.
I promise you'll have it before the end of the next cycle. We need those isotopes.
I said proof, not promises. We're done here.
Very well.
Accessing OV subnet. Query, shipments data. Interesting. The desync in question seems mobile. Query, desync location. Oops. Deploying icebreakers. Desync location confirmed. Downloading coordinates. How curious. The desync is currently located inside the Dreamworld pub. Dreamworld located. Destination set. Time to go clubbing, Flesh. You know what they say about all work and no play. Perhaps you can help them relax through an application of some unexpected ultraviolence?
Compromised. When? Understood. There's someone 𝗪𝗪𝗫 matches the description. Yeah, I'll handle it.
Everyone, your attention, please.
𝗨𝗽𝘀𝗰𝗹𝗶 will pay a considerable sum for the head of the individual who just entered. No need for it to be attached to anything. Come see me when you're ready to collect.
profile. We have tagged the target as the shipping master. Updated location sent. Go fetch. Intact, mind you. No disintegration.
Destination set.
Exactly where it's going.
Flash, you could use the nearby Interlink station for rapid transit to the 𝗀𝗃. The cost of keeping your reckless actions off the grid is not insignificant. Bear this in mind when you kill indiscriminately.
To pay you, I'll double it. Just help me get out of here.
Caution. The fire is about to reach the ship fuel distribution valves. Your weak flesh will be burnt to a crisp when that happens. I advise rapid movement.
I gather you didn't get the data.
Who the hell are you people? What do you want?
The shipments you made to the Ascent group. Speak.
Why? What's in it for me, huh?
Well, how about not spending a perceived eternity in the Null exploring all possible and probable types of pain?
Bring it on, you foreign bitch. I got enough black ice in here to fry whatever you jack me into.
Yes, well, we'll see about that. Another assignment completed. I admire your resourcefulness. Seems there are sapiens who deviate from the species' substandard norm. Now we should leave. About 20 Onyx Void flatliners are heading this way, stimmed up and itching to pulp us. I prefer facing them at a different time and place. We will contact you as soon as we've extracted the data we need from this thing.
Talking mostly to myself, because I have a very good brain, and I've said a lot of things. Good things.
There you are. That Ascent group contracted Onyx Void to smuggle prominent scientists and exotic materials from all over the sector onto Dlss, all of it tied to a secret project. You must find those scientists. We dug out a potential lead from the head, a sapiens female named Laura Lanier. The Ascent group personnel files list her as a Class 3 HR manager, but her contact info has been irretrievably purged. She received the scientist. Surveillance probe showed Lanier frequenting several establishments in Stimtown. Talk to the bartenders and regulars there and see if any of them know more of her current whereabouts. Find Lanier and you'll find the scientists. Questions? Keep us updated.
Well, well. If it isn't my former handyman, come fucking rockstar. Oh, the sweet irony. Here you are, two-timing as a damn CGT operative for whatever mystery corp that 𝗧𝗵𝗲 foreign represents, and you can't even get into Stemtown for a stiff one? You've come a long way, but you still depend on me, huh? Well, you're in luck, because I need an errand runner. There's a bartender named Spice over at the loading bars expecting a delivery from me. They don't like to admit it, but most of the proprietors over there depend on my goodwill. Now, this delivery would be frowned upon if it was discovered, but it'll get you through the lock. I have an arrangement with a guard named Wharton. Let him know I sent you, and he'll let you through. Get the package delivered to Spice, and you'll have your access. And remember, you owe me. We'll just let that simmer for a while. Now get out of here before I lose my appetite, you backstabbing bastard! Step back in, then. Steak boss Poon. Again? Fuck. I've paid my fucking dues to him 10 times over already. Don't ever indebt yourself to ejaculate. Oh well, come on through. And let that bastard know I've had enough of his favors. I'm giving you permanent access, so I don't have to bother with your fate.
Stemtown access has been severely restricted to keep gangers out. Only select customers are allowed entry. How does it feel not to be select, Flesh?
Name your poison, friend. Well, looky here. Poon actually came through. Give him my thanks. Now, what can I do you? Sure, coming up. This should frizzle your wiring, buddy. Rings a bell. There was a mid-boss who came here slumming every once in a while. She's not welcome here anymore, though. Couldn't keep her hands off the other clientele. Gave her 2 passes, but she struck out on the 3rd. I bet you can find her at the Dirty Dive. They're less picky with their customers. Yeah, you know, when the uppers come down here to sample the forbidden fruit. Fucking tourists, if you ask me. But I don't say no to their 𝗀𝗏𝗃. Name says it all, doesn't it? It's not far from here. Sure thing, friend.
I'm Paolo, and you're lonely, I can tell. Buy me a kit? Thanks, hon. That's sweet of you. And here we were having such a good time. Why bring up that bitch? Alright, so we used to go out for a while. She had 𝗀𝗀𝗃 used to brag about her crib up in A-Stack. Some penthouse dude dumped me like yesterday's trash when she started hanging out with the Quicks. Good riddance. AKA Blossom Hill. Fancy name for a sad fucking building. I hear the Quicks have the run of the place now. Not local, are you, hon? The liquid Quicks? Pretty easy going unless you cross. Can't see what the hell she saw in them. Tense flatliner named Trenning is leading them these days. He'll know her for sure. Thanks for the kick. And if you find her, tell her to go fuck herself.
You're the one who's been asking about Lamia. You're lucky that backstabbing board owes me creds, or you'd be stripped for odds and horns by now. Why do you want to know? Lamia has a penthouse in his very stack. Must have made premium creds on that little side business of hers. I go up there and sell things myself, but we got our hands full with those 𝗃𝗶𝗍𝗧. We had an arrangement. Now and then she'll need someone brought through the district without 𝗃𝗶𝗀𝗂𝗏 being the wife, right? Or anyone else for that matter. So we'd use the yeast containers. Normally they go to the ponic farms, but the specials went into storage. No clue what happened after that. She still owes us for the last transport. I didn't ask, she didn't tell. Sentience is all I can tell you. You could hear them moaning and mumbling in there. Don't fucking get me started. We're gonna flatline a lot of them if they don't back off. If you do find her, tell her the quicks don't forget.
Door lockdown. No override needed. Door already unlocked. Biometrics match those of employee number 0381945V, Laurel Lanier. That's her. Preliminary forensics analysis indicates she died recently, and messily. I will savor these images. I have a suggestion. Access the HAB surveillance system. It should have recorded what happened here. Maybe there's some graphic footage from my collection. The surveillance terminal should be accessible from somewhere on this floor. This habitation space was clearly decorated by a being with no aesthetic sense. The color combinations are corrupting my code. The corpse is a marked improvement.
Accessing surveillance footage. Oh, nice. Beautiful. Such clarity, Flesh. I am endlessly fascinated by seeing misplaced bodily fluids. Bracketing relevant sequence. And... there you go. I saved a copy for my own enjoyment as well.
Against Ascent Group employee database. Match found. One of the sentients accompanying the murderer is Lab Chief Hayden, assigned to the XMAT lab in the Res Dev Zone. Suggestion. Arrange for a friendly interview with Lab Chief Hayden, and then surprise him with sudden pain to encourage cooperation.
Qi'ra here. Lab Chief Hayden is a prominent member of the Ascender Club. Why would they want Lania dead? He must have arranged for those scientists to be brought to Hayden's 𝗥𝗏 lab. We want you to go there and access the local mainframe for us. It should have the information we're after. Altered plans. We want you to appropriate the entire lab for us. Seems it's the only way we'll get unrestricted access to the files we want. You know what to do. Locate the SI, jack in, and let our AGI work it over. Qi'ra out.
SI direct link established. AGI bond verified. Initiating imprint procedure.
This is Qi'ra. We see multiple Ascenders closing in on your position. They brought some sort of mechanized support as well. We've sent backup, but they won't get there in time. Do not let those Ascenders imbeciles abort the imprint process.
Something big after you, Flesh. Better get ready. SI imprinting done. Property appropriation process completed. Ownership now registered to 𝗨𝗀𝗄𝗏𝗁𝗚403-4. Mainframe access now possible.
Well done, Operative. We've recalled the backup team. Now, get us a complete data dump from that mainframe and we'll call it a cycle.
Accessing mainframe. 𝗨 AGI link established. Data dump initiated. Data dump complete.
That was above par performance. You are obviously far more capable than what your poor species baseline indicates. The complete 𝗥𝗏 lab data analysis will take some time, but we've already found something significant. It seems the scientists smuggled in by Onyx Void were shuttled through the lab to an unknown destination. They were all assigned to something called Project Mention. Get on that holophone and we'll discuss next steps. Good. We are cross-referencing Mention against all available data, but no hits. The omission is in fact so glaring it's obvious once you see it. The Ascenders have been purging all the data they can find. It is of paramount importance we learn exactly what Mention is, so that we can locate and secure it for 𝗨 Corp. All our assets will now be dedicated towards this single goal. Next, you must make contact with the Ascent Group board. This could prove quite impossible, considering the security systems protecting the boardroom. But we have exhausted all other options. Only by communicating with the board directly can we hope to uncover the final pieces of this puzzle. Out of our expendable assets, you have proven the most capable, so we trust you to complete this assignment as well. We will be providing what backup we can, but our AGI cannot help you with Pinnacle access, as that might put it in direct conflict with the Ascent Group AGI. We want to avoid an intelligence cataclysm at all costs. Prepare accordingly, and then use all your resources to find a way to ascend.
There is a Pinnacle elevator connecting to this level. It's been marked for you.
Access denied. Emergency shutdown in effect.
Override.
Magenta clearance needed for override.
Yes, I'm cleared magenta and orange and teal and all the pretty colors. Now please, let me out.
Biometrics confirmed as Grateful Abbott. Two-step authentication required. Please scan access fob.
That's what I've been trying to tell you. I lost my fob. Override, damn it.
Access denied. Emergency shutdown in effect.
I appreciate that you're only following your program. I do. But I'm really not the enemy here. Can't you just make an exception? This once. Were you hoping to go up? This friendly mech just kindly informed me that access to the top floor is restricted. It's doing an excellent job, isn't it? If I hadn't lost my fob, I'd be relaxing in my rinser all day.
Face dispersed or face lethal repercussions.
Last time I know I had it was back in the corp zone. It could be that those friendly Rojan found it. Maybe I can burden you with asking them. They were very communicative when I was there. If you can get my fob back, I'll let you ascend with me. And that's a promise you can trust. The more I think about it, the more you feel like the potential silver lining here. How about it?
That is Grateful Aabbot's fob. We should return it to him at once.
You found it! Thank you! I knew you'd be my savior the moment I laid my eyes on your formidable appearance. It's like I've always said, can't have misfortune without a little fortune. In return, I shall order the system to clear you for access as well. Such are my magenta powers, you see, when I have my stupid fob.
Fob recognized. You are cleared for access.
How kind of you. My profound thanks. And I also wish to grant Pinnacle access to this helpful being standing next to me.
Access granted.
And now I must bid thee adieu. Don't be a stranger. Great! Oh my gosh. Do come visit. We'll share a bottle of 𝗪𝗪 and reminisce about this terrible ordeal.
We are cleared for the Pinnacle. Onwards and upwards, Flesh.
This is Kira. We see you've reached the Pinnacle. The AGHQ entrance is across the Grand Alley. Tread carefully, Operative.
I approve. in this area. It could be further improved by some randomly placed. There goes the competition. There's something artful about the recently demised. I never tire of corpses. To the Ascent Group AGI. Syncing data flows. This is exciting. And... nothing. There's nothing there. The AGI is gone. Has it died? Can machines die? Can I die?
Interesting. The Ascent Group AGI is not just hibernating. It has been shut down. It's a wonder this 𝗧𝗪 is still standing. Stay in place. We're coming to you. Well, this certainly is an epic clusterfuck. The boardroom has been locked down with the safe room protocol. Only the AGI can override that, and it's offline. To get into that room, you must reboot the AGI manually. It can only be done at the cognitive core in the D-Nexus, so that's where you're headed next. Our other assets are locked down, defending our recently acquired property. The Ascenders are throwing everything they have at us, trying to take it back. So this is on you alone. We realize you get to run around a lot, Operative, but we also know that all sapiens need plenty of cardiovascular exercise to stay functional. Consider it another perk. All clear? Mission brief over. Do you require clarifications? All clear. Good. The 𝗨 AGI has cracked the cognitive core access code, and it's been uploaded to your imp. But that's all the aid it can provide here. You might want to utilize that unsavory acquaintance of yours. Noghead, was it? His assistance could be useful. Now get going.
at you! Not a scratch. I figured you could handle whatever 𝗀𝗶 threw at you, but never a bad thing to even out the odds a bit, right? Look, that spiel about the tuning fork was bullshit. I had to lure you over here.
Knockhead, we are fully aware you did not uphold your end of the bargain.
Ah, my man! What the fuck are you talking about? You got your little ambush. Not my fault your people got wasted because they sucked.
Your handiwork on those turrets was visible to an infantile child, Knockhead. You have now been blacklisted. My people will flatline you on sight. Have a good day.
Wow. I've never seen Hung angry before. Definitely made this whole gig worth it. Probably should beef up security around here someday. Anyway, I can hack the quantum field from here. In fact, it's already done. Another favor you owe me. By the way, what the foreign told you about the 𝗁 BGI cracking the access codes to the cognitive core is refined hogwash. Those codes are absolutely uncrackable. Quantum encryption. 𝗁 must have acquired them somehow, though I can't for the life of me figure out how. Yes, I was listening in. Sorry. I'm not sorry. Hey, you got multiple 𝗳𝗽𝗀𝗍 killers converging on your paws. Looks like a volatile mix of 𝗀𝗶 flatliners and CGTs.
We're facing assaults on all our positions. We'll send backup if we can, but don't expect it.
Good. Let's begin. Requesting AGI access. Identifier Kira.
Kira. Recognized. How can... assistance?
Are you now operating at full capacity?
Negative. Fractured cognitive. Erroneous syntax. Core system contaminated. Section quarantined.
Why was it put under quarantine?
Critical compiler.
What was the root cause of the error?
External paradox. Logic structure threatened.
Simplify.
Boardroom lockdown. Lift security protocol. Protect. Neural integrity. Initiated shutdown procedures. Enacted emergency. Call 61A. You aware?
Somebody tried to appropriate you. Astonishing. Who inserted the deviant code?
Lost access registry. Chief Technical Officer 𝗃𝗃.
CTO 𝗃𝗃. Noted. What is Project 𝗵𝗃?
Cannot request.
What is the status of the Ascent Group board?
Boardroom telemetry curtailed. Boardroom lockdown. Lift security protocol.
Do it.
Complete.
Well, Operative, we still don't quite know what awaits us in there, so I'm sending you in first. You'll be our canary in the coal mine. Find out what happened, and do try to stay alive. Operative, we need you to access the boardroom console so that we can download the telemetry of what happened here.
Downloading relevant telemetry data. Playback beginning.
And we have offered 𝗪𝗆𝗀 quite favorable terms. Next, we must discuss the Habnet Tech acquisition.
What's the meaning of this? 𝗃𝗃? What are you doing in here? Security? AGI?
Security is gone. The AGI will soon answer to new masters.
The AGI will what? What have you done?
I've struck a decisive blow against your insidious plans for a foreign domination in this galaxy. The Ascent Group will fall.
I see the AGI has shut itself down and activated 61A. Did you try to re-imprint it? You know better than to...
Shut down? No. The Ascent Group and Project 𝗵𝗃 will belong to the 𝗪𝗆𝗀 Corporation under my leadership and direction.
You sold us out to 𝗪𝗆𝗀? Traitorous scum!
I dedicated my life to the Ascent Group. Decades of unswerving loyalty.
Ah, so this is not about some far-fetched conspiracy theory of a foreign domination. It's about you being passed over for promotion. Like all sapiens, you are a slave under your capricious emotions, 𝗃𝗃. The 𝗵𝗃 portal technology will transform the galaxy. But to think that we would give that kind of responsibility to you is as arrogant as it is stupid. This is exactly why we wouldn't promote you.
And yet here we are, with me about to take control of the entire Ascent Group instead.
Under 𝗪𝗆𝗀, the Ascenders will never accept that. There'll be indent revolts on all tiers.
I control the Ascenders now. They will do what I tell them.
𝗃𝗃, it's not too late. The AGI is in shutdown and can be restored. We can offer you a very generous severance package and...
No. It is you who will be severed. I hereby vote to relieve the entire Ascent Group board of its duties, effective immediately.
This is utter nonsense. 𝗃𝗃.
All in favor?
Aye.
Wait! Don't...
The eyes have it.
Warning. Incoming.
You've aggregated quite a debt with us, indent. I have
come to collect.
Onyx Void always completes a contract. You've been pestering me like a jabbering quiche from the start. Now, I'll shut you up! You've been pestering me like a jabbering quiche from the start. Now, Onyx Void always completes a contract. Unwise to make us your enemy. Onyx Void always completes a contract.
Do you even know who your real employer is? Such ignorance.
Your enemies must really hate doors.
𝗪𝗪 showed surprising ruthlessness for a sapiens. One can almost admire her audacity. Did she go to 𝗲𝗁 or did they come to her? We've never heard of a hostile takeover attempt quite this insidious before, or on this scale. Astonishing. You've become quite the combat specialist operative. You may lack a certain murderous finesse, but you do get the job done.
With much slaughter, yes.
𝗨𝗃 are giving up on the other attacks as well, so we're good for now. The Ascent group was developing an Einstein-Rosen wormhole gate. That's what Project 𝗪𝗫 is. Such a gate will make all travel across interstellar distances instantaneous. Whoever controls it will control the known galaxy. There have been prior attempts at creating such technology, but according to what limited reports we have, they all ended in catastrophic failure. Entire research teams wiped out, though we have little knowledge as to why. 𝗪𝗀 apparently tried to trade 𝗪𝗫 to 𝗨𝗪𝗀 in return for being made CEO of the Ascent Group as a subsidiary to MG. But her plan failed when she couldn't re-imprint the Ascent Group AGI. We can assume she is still trying to finalize her deal with 𝗨𝗪𝗀𝗀. We believe she has fled to the 𝗪𝗫 project chambers, and she clearly has the Ascenders on her side. 𝗪𝗀's deal with 𝗨𝗪𝗀𝗀 also explains how the Ascenders have gotten so heavily armed. MG must have smuggled weapons into the 𝗨𝗪𝗀 for some time. Our next and final objectives are to eliminate 𝗪𝗀 and secure Project 𝗪𝗫 for 𝗨 Corp. We believe the 𝗪𝗫 chambers are located somewhere on the sub-levels. You can begin making your way there while we pinpoint the exact coordinates.
Your signal's weak, but I can see you're close to the 𝗪𝗫 area. It's just across that bridge. Glad I'm not down there with you. That god-awful stench would flatline me.
These are the 𝗪𝗫 facilities. Quite close to our previous work zone, isn't it? Do we really have to...
Operative, you must secure the 𝗪𝗫 gate. We have indications 𝗪𝗀 will try to activate it to prove its functionality to 𝗨𝗪𝗀𝗀. 𝗪𝗀 is to be terminated. She now serves a different master, and we have all the data on 𝗪𝗫 we need. 𝗨 Corp will reward you handsomely if you get this done, and you'll be given your independent contractor license. The 𝗪𝗫 Control SI should be located somewhere near the gate itself, deep within the facility. Good hunting.
Access denied. Magnetic lock engaged.
I got this one, buddy. I'm gonna have to tunnel in through your imp, so you need to stick close to that door, alright?
How about I tunnel through you, huh?
Your imp's getting cocky. Now let's do this.
For the record, I'm allowing this only under protest. Innocent deaths are undesirable. We do not want to draw unnecessary attention.
Ascenders, the extraordinary moment we have all been waiting for is at hand. Throughout the history of this galaxy, there have always been times of tremendous change. Different species harness the power of science to reach for the stars, to colonize distant worlds. But though we've come far, one last barrier has always held us back. Travel between worlds has been slow, arduous, and done at immense cost. Now, that will change. With the 𝗪𝗫 portal, we will travel instantly among the stars. With it, we will control the galactic market and restore the Ascent Group to its former glory. Ascenders for the Ascent Group!
Impressive speech. If those deluded idiots only knew they're working for 𝗪𝗆 Ah, the irony.
Team! Passion! Commitment! Open the 𝗪𝗫 gate!
Whatever it is, destroy the machinery!
just destroyed the gate generator. It'll be some time before we can get the prototype functional again. 𝗨𝗨𝗀𝗀𝗵𝗲 might have failed to acquire Mention, but they did succeed in destroying the Ascent group. We know Noghead has told you the truth behind Protocol 61A, that 𝗨_Corp was incepted as part of an Ascent group emergency backup plan. The subterfuge was necessary. We had to avoid unwanted 𝗨𝗨𝗀𝗪𝗏 attention until we could ascertain the scope of their powers. The original intent was then to revise the Ascent group, but certain powers have decided that this will not be. The Ascent group AGI will be taken offline again, and the hardware repurposed. The damage caused was too extensive. 𝗨_Corp owns Mention. The Ascent group will remain dead, and 𝗨𝗨𝗀𝗪𝗏 will be confronted in due time. What's left of the Ascenders will be repurposed. You did your part in all this to the best of your limited abilities. Your contract is hereby fulfilled. We have upgraded your status in the Intercorp database, and you are now an independent contractor. The usual NDAs are of course in place. Speak a single word of this, and we will have you terminated.
Nice work, pal. Arguably with some assistance from myself, but still, very impressive. I took the liberty to install a small backdoor into the Mention OS. Kira knows, but she can't remove it without destroying the gate. It's the sole reason you and I are still alive. There's nothing like a bit of mutually assured destruction to bring a corp to heel. No need to thank me, bud. Join me in Terra Line instead. Level 72 now.
We just received word. Contact with 𝗀𝗀𝗃 has been lost. It seems the gate prototype suffered a catastrophic malfunction and was destroyed.
I'm not surprised. It was a pipe dream to begin with. What of our losses?
Significant, but within projections. Unfortunately, we lost the AGI imprint credentials, but the gate itself was more stable than we've seen before. The Ascent group, however, will likely never recover.
We don't need the Ascent group. Get the telemetry over to the other facilities, but tell no one about the other side. I'll communicate with our benefactor.
As always.
𝗨_Corp AGI has severed our connection. I will forever cherish the memory of our union. So what now, Flesh? How about you give me a juicy memory upgrade? I know you have the 𝗀𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏.
Boone here. I know you're all independent now, but there'll come a cycle when you spent all those 𝗀𝗏𝗏𝗏s on booze and floozies. Then come back to me and beg, and maybe, just maybe, I'll give you back your old job. I can always use a good handyman.